Year 2014. For more than 60 years, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees has been coordinating the tremendous efforts of the international community to alleviate the situation of refugees and displaced people around the world. It also contributes to the prevention and reduction of statelessness as well as protection of stateless people. In 2014, the number of refugees, internally displaced people and asylum seekers has increased worldwide, for the first time exceeding 50 million since World War II. It is the consequence of not only new, but also old, still ongoing conflicts in Syria, South Sudan, Somalia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine. Special mention should be given to Syria, where the ongoing war for the fourth year has caused the most serious humanitarian crisis of the recent years. UNHCR, under its unique mandate of refugee protection, plays a significant role in the coordination of humanitarian efforts in protecting and ensuring the well-being of refugees and displaced persons. In Armenia, UNHCR works closely with NGO partners, as well as its main government counterpart, the State Migration Service, in order to facilitate first-instance decision-making on asylum and to improve the quality of asylum procedures. It also contributes to the prevention and reduction of statelessness, as well as protection of stateless people. Armenia cannot remain indifferent to the events in the region, and in recent years the influx of refugees has been connected mostly with Iraq and most considerably Syria. About 15,000 people displaced because of the conflict in Syria, primarily of ethnic Armenian background, have sought protection in Armenia. Along with protection activities ongoing for asylum seekers and refugees from various countries, Iran, Iraq, African countries and Azerbaijan, the representation of UNHCR in Armenia, in partnership with the government, NGOs, the civil society and UNHCR supporters, actively involves in emergency assistance and integration activities for displaced Syrian families seeking protection in Armenia. The problems and challenges they face are related with healthcare, socio-economic, language, employment, education, cultural, legal aspects, and many others. The role of the government of Armenia should be acknowledged in terms of receiving and granting legal status to displaced Syrian families seeking protection in Armenia. Armenia has been and continues to be very generous towards displaced Syrians. It offers them several protection options, including simplified naturalization, accelerated asylum procedures, and facilitates short, mid- and long-term residence permits. Since 2012, under the funding and direct support by UNHCR Armenia, Mission Armenia Social Charitable NGO has been providing multifaceted assistance to displaced persons from Syria in Armenia. Having started with some 400 beneficiaries, today Mission Armenia provides emergency support to over 5,000 vulnerable displaced Syrians. Humanitarian assistance includes social, health, legal, care services, rental subsidy support, distribution of humanitarian commodities, integration soup kitchen. Weekly we receive 160 displaced Syrian families. We give 1 liter of milk, 1 kilogram of yogurt, a pound of cheese and cookie species to each family. The new arrivals are in more vulnerable situation than the ones who arrived in Armenia earlier. They are facing problems with their passports, or they were hesitant to flee Syria till the last moment. They believed that something could change. Eventually, they did come to Armenia, having everything left behind. We felt that we were not alone, that we had supporters, had people who lent a helping hand to us. Small assistance even is important for us. As soon as we arrived, Mission Armenia provided us with financial assistance in the amount of 160,000 drams. They gave us baby cot, and we received dairy products every week. UNHCR's income generation projects aim at improving livelihoods of vulnerable refugees and other displaced Syrians. Job hunting, soft skills, computer competencies, social entrepreneurship training, tour guides training, vocational trainings, cooking, hairdressing, fashion design, business training and microcredits. To achieve maximum results from these projects for displaced Syrians, UNHCR combines them with extensive courses of Eastern Armenian and Russian courses and cross-cultural education and exchange. The objective of these projects, accomplished by UNHCR's partner, CASA Swiss Humanitarian Foundation, is to promote integration of refugees and displaced Syrian families in Armenia. Young citizens of Armenia, adopt a family. Adopt a family, this innovative integration project, is accomplished through support and friendship extended by local volunteers to their protégés, refugees and displaced Syrian families, the new arrivals in particular. Through regular contact with the families, response to their queries, guidance and practical advice and assistance, volunteers help the families settle in the community, benefit from various legal, social assistance and integration projects. Hand by hand, the volunteers help them find their way and participate in the life of the society and engage in educational and cultural activities, including home visits, sport and art events with children, entertainment and leisure, sightseeing and excursions. UNHCR Armenia gives much importance to projects promoting self-reliance of the displaced families. The organization, through its partner, Small and Medium Entrepreneurship Development National Center, SME-DNC, supports the state program for startup entrepreneurs. SME-DNC provides counseling and training, as well as grants, microcredit loans to Syrian startup businessmen, among them women and youth, to start or develop their businesses in Armenia, catering services, Eastern cuisine cafes and restaurants, smiths and auto mechanics workshops, textile and furniture factories, jewelry, embroidery, hairdressers, dressmaking, fashion design and many other businesses. When I came to Armenia 2 years ago, business opportunities were much fewer than they are available now. There are big and small centers that care for the advancement of business in Armenia. Many initiatives proved to be successful, so businesses can start and further develop. If we don't have enough money, they help us financially. Or if we don't have a business idea, they give us advice and lead us. They carry out studies so that we don't make mistakes and survive when running our business. I'm so glad for this project. If I was not granted this opportunity, I would have gone to Europe by now. But now I can stay and live in Armenia thanks to this project. This chance for a microcredit was the most important for me. Syrian Armenians have been granted a special status, 4% interest without collateral. It's unprecedented. It's a sacred task to do the utmost to help Syrians in Armenia. They are very good at teaching us. In Syria, we didn't know the business rules so thoroughly. In 2013, UNHCR supported the Armenian UN Association to organize a 3-shift summer camp for refugee and displaced Syrian children in Tsahkadzor. This time we decided to organize a summer camp for Syrian children, as well as a group of children and youth from Iraq or Azerbaijan. This initiative that helped the participants enjoy their summer vacation, engage in active sports and educational activities and befriend, also aimed at psychological rehabilitation of the children, identification and addressing of their needs and various social and cross-cultural problems that hinder their integration in the society. They bombed the area around our house there. My sister fell ill from fear, and my mom was shot by a sniper. I had a lot of friends in Aleppo, and we continue to be good friends here in Armenia. We go to the same school. I got acquainted with local Armenians here too. We drove here, we learned a new dance today, a theatrical sketch. We'll have a bonfire evening soon. In summer camps, the children from different countries make friends very quickly. Later on, they get back to their everyday life, filled with unforgettable memories and impressions from their summer camp life. UNHCR Armenia involves young refugees in community development projects, sports, arts and cultural activities. UNHCR actively supports young talents and skillful specialists among refugees and displaced people to pave way towards a better and successful life in their new home, Armenia. The best example of this is the Syrian Armenian Music Festival that has already become a tradition. Today we are paying tribute to displaced Syrians, and we promote their talent and their skills, and we show our respect and admiration. Despite all the hardships they have gone through, they have the courage and they are determined to rebuild their lives and sometimes start everything from scratch. The more we organize such cultural events, the more resolute they become for staying in Armenia and considering it as their homeland. Armenia is our mother and our motherland. Of course, Syria also has a big part in our lives. We decided to play with the Syrian Armenians, and we don't regret at all. We are playing at this concert today, and hopefully we'll collaborate further.
I want to say thank you to everybody who took part in this.
Let's first think of the 50 million persons worldwide which are presently displaced. Today is also about hope. It's about the fact that many hundreds and thousands of refugees found a new future.
On 25 November 2013, at UN House, UNHCR Armenia held an exhibition sale in the frame of 16 days of activism against sexual and gender-based violence. The theme of the event was Inspiring Women for Self-Empowerment, Confidence and Personal Growth.
There are many ways to fight violence against women or generally within the family. One way is to capacitate women. To capacitate them to defend their rights, to contribute to income of family, and to have something to do in their life which is valued within and beyond the family.
This is from the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. There is one universal truth, applicable to all countries, cultures and communities, that violence against women is never acceptable, never excusable and never tolerable.
Refugee women, the beneficiaries of the Livelihoods project accomplished by UNHCR partner Armenian Red Cross Society, joined by other NGOs, offered UN family and the guests goodies and cultural products with handicraft and teddy bears they had made, with their impressive photo gallery in the background they admired. With the support and guidance by UNHCR, the Armenian Red Cross Society accomplished income generation projects for vulnerable Syrians. Based on their professional skills, displaced Syrians received tools and equipment necessary for starting small income generating businesses. For example, sewing machine, oven, gas stove, music instruments, photo camera, handicraft accessories, etc. This project enabled vulnerable families, women especially, to become self-reliant and make some income to support their families.
In terms of entering the market, promoting our products and our region in general, these exhibitions are very important for us.
Armenian women are very talented. The more you organize such exhibitions, the better chances they are granted to present themselves and to feel confident in what they are doing.
The refugee women in particular were gratified by the opportunity to demonstrate their skills and receive praise, meet new friends and expand their network.
Indeed, UNHCR Armenia takes active part in many charity fairs and exhibition sales which are initiated by UNHCR and its partners, diplomatic associations and the civil society. When we came from Syria and started this business, we heard that UNHCR was assisting displaced Syrians. So we turned to them and they supported us. We have now succeeded in our business and we have advanced in our work already. Hope you like it. These handmade tablecloths are my work. I have a store in Kesab, or rather I had. It's all been robbed and gone now. It's been a year since I'm here. UNHCR is supporting us a lot, so that we can take part in many exhibitions like this free of charge.
In the frame of One Family campaign, UNHCR Armenia organized a spectacular event with cuisine exhibition sale, exchange of recipes, stories on country customs and habits, chef secrets, country human interest stories, quizzes and games for children and adults, as well as music performances, traditional dances, songs and recitation by guests and participants, including asylum seekers, displaced persons and refugees. My husband and I came to Armenia with our daughter and had another child here. My boy is now 8 months old. We are well now, got used to living here. We want to settle here. We want people to know us. We are Armenians. We want to work, to earn our living. We don't want to be a burden for others. UN and local authorities treat us well and care for us. They helped us a lot at the beginning, for me to stand firm on my feet.
In the frame of Join UNHCR and Paint for Refugees art event, the participants were inspired for expression of their thoughts about the world's refugees and the displaced, through listening to refugee stories, sharing information, drawing, creating paintings, posters, slogans and aphorisms.
I'm drawing the Syrian flag and wishing peace and prosperity to Syria.
There are representatives of different nationalities here today. They came to express their feelings, their compassion about refugees, and draw pictures about the challenges they experienced in Syria and the new challenges they face in Armenia now. This unique event, a 4-day football tournament, involved around 120 footballers of different nationalities and backgrounds, refugees, asylum seekers and displaced Syrians, as well as foreign and local players.
We were very happy today to conclude a very exciting soccer competition with 14 teams of refugees from different parts of the world. We had refugees from Iraq, from Iran, we had several teams from Syria, and also a mixed team from African countries. It brought people together. It made people forget for a few hours the difficulties in their life. And we had a very fair and happy event. And I noted with pleasure that the team from Africa with extreme good footballists won, but after an exciting match and with everyone fighting to his very best. I'm very happy because this event had one goal, to bring people together.
A Syrian coach, Alexan Hekimyan, trained and instructed the players throughout the games. The tournament that brought together a big number of fans and guests was a real success. It promoted friendship, tolerance, and cultural diversity.
This sport event, with the participation of 12 teams of women and men, with nearly 100 players of different nationalities and backgrounds, including refugees, asylum seekers and displaced Syrians, aimed at promoting universal values like fairness, women empowerment, and friendship.
We have tried to gather a team of mostly UN volunteers. Street ball is kind of a street game, non-standard in style. I think it's quite effective. For example, I met 2 Egyptian Armenian guys. We have come together on this beautiful summer day in good spirit and are having lots of fun playing the games. We want this kind of tournaments to be organized in Armenia more frequently.
I came from Syria to Armenia some 1.5 years ago. I'm an economist and have found a job by my profession.
All you see here is organized by UNHCR for us, refugees. It's so good, so many people have showed up.
2014 World Refugee Day, in the frame of One Family campaign, included series of remarkable activities and events by involving more than 5,000 participants, among them asylum seekers, refugees and displaced Syrians.
The World Refugee Day has one main purpose. It shall remind us all, the politicians and the society, of the plight of the refugees, anywhere in the world and here in Armenia. But as life explains to us, to individuals as to states, that you must keep your eyes moving, one to the past to understand what was happened, and one to the future. We also have to think and look at this at the Refugee Day.
Around you and around us, we'll see families that are trying to live, to survive after all the hardships they have gone through.
Syrians and people of other nationalities whose destiny has brought them to Armenia. In view of the growing numbers of Syrian refugees in the region, there is a widening gap between the needs of the refugees and the resources available to support them. The office is therefore actively engaged in fundraising and enhances partnerships. UNHCR Armenia calls all interested actors to strive to work together more effectively and in coordination to better meet the humanitarian needs of those displaced by the conflict in Syria to Armenia.
Glory to God, for we have a homeland that could receive us, and at least we can now live in Armenia in peace and safety.
This is our motherland, our country. No matter if it's wrong or right, it's ours. We should add a brick in the wall to build our motherland.